guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing the vlog. It's not one day, it'll be like 3 or 4 days of the Traveling with Ricky vlog. So we start our drive to LA. We start our drive to LA today. So I just rode over to the barn. I dropped off Raven. Sweet thing, had to say goodbye to that guy. Now I'm riding back home. Ricky really wants to go right now. I'm riding back home. Gonna go for one more canter through the field, and then I'll get home, we'll load Ricky, and we will, start our drive.
Stop sign.
After about 2 hours of driving in the trailer, we stopped at our first rest stop. Ricky unloaded great. She got some molasses water because she wouldn't drink the regular water, and it's common for them to get dehydrated, so we needed to make sure that she drank some water. Then we brought her out to eat some grass. She had some visitors. She was a hit at every single rest stop. People loved her. Got me some energy, and we loaded back up and continued our drive. Then we stopped to get some lunch at Subway after about another 2 hours of driving, and then went 5 minutes over to the nearest rest stop to unload Ricky so that we could just eat our lunch, and she was super content to just eat grass next to us. She drank some more water, this time just normal, which was good, and it was so cute. She kept trying to eat my sandwich, like, come on, act like a horse, Ricky. And then she had a little bit more water, and we brought her back out to load her up and continue our drive. And after a couple more hours of driving, we finally made it to our little overnight farm stop. And it was just this nice boarding barn, $50 for a night, super nice. She got a whole paddock to herself, and then I went inside, said hi to some other horsies. They were all so cute. This gray was named Freedom. I used to have a horse named Freedom, but all the horses were so cute. It was such a nice facility. They had an indoor arena, an outdoor arena. I really loved it. And then my sister, who lives pretty close to us, she came out and visited with her boyfriend. We went bowling, and then went out and got some dinner. Alright guys, so here's my sleeping situation for the night. I got my doggy down here, and then these bags will go into the back once my parents are done setting up their bed and stuff. We're just sleeping in the truck so that we're right next to Ricky, and I get to share bed with Chuckums, sweet Charlie. So it's like almost 8 now. It's still pretty bright out, as you can see, so I'm not gonna go to bed yet. I'm gonna do some editing and stuff, and then I'll go to bed. I'll see you guys tomorrow at day 2 to check on Ricky in the morning. Okay, so I kind of changed my mind. The sunset was too pretty to not go out and ride in it. Ricky was very spicy. She was doing those little mare hops, but honestly, I'm used to it by now because I ride her so much. She is just a spicy little mare, so I'd say I set most of them pretty good. I did get a few good lopes there, but most of them, she got a little spicy. Morning, guys. I literally just woke up, so don't mind how I look, but it is bright outside, so I think I'm going to go and check on Ricky for the morning and maybe give her some hay. Morning, Ricky. You're brave. This is your friend. Hi, Ivy. Hi. sweetie. Jeez, Ricky. I know he's a big boy. Hi, Panda. Hi, Panda Man. I don't think my girl likes you very much. Well, I can say these two twinsies are besties. I mean, look at them. They even have the same nose marking. They're just so sweet. And Ricky is not a big fan of any of the other horses. And there's a lot. They're all surrounding her, but she only likes this little girl. I guess it's because they're twins. No.
But then I just got ready for the day. I did a little get ready with me thing. I didn't really know why. I just wanted to. And then I went back out to see Ricky. She was still trotting around saying hi to different horses. I don't know why she kept going up to this gray panda, but she doesn't like him. She just kept going up anyway, and then she would just trot away from him again. But we went into town to get a couple things for our drive, some snacks and stuff. Went to this cutesy little place to get some lunch. It was so good. And then we drove home and started kind of packing up the trailer and everything. I went out and caught Ricky. She actually didn't run away from me at all. Said goodbye to her cute little friend, and then we led her in and loaded her up into the trailer. She loaded up super good. It didn't fight me at all. And I was surprised since she's doing so much loading up for these past few days. But then we continued our drive. This was kind of like a boring part of California, but we got through it, got to our first rest stop after a few hours, unloaded her. She was a hit. There were a couple people that came up to her and they were petting her for the whole time we were there. We put on this like wet sheet to cool her down, and then she also drank some water, but it was just so sweet. There were these guys and they loved her so much. But then brought her out, loaded her up, and continued our drive. Then we got to our next rest stop, unloaded her. She drank some water out of the dog bowl, and then there was a bunch of people who wanted to take pictures with her and stuff. And we both ate our dinner, and we actually stayed here for like a while because we had some time, because you have to be at the airport at like a certain time. So I kind of rode her around a little bit, just walking to stretch out her legs, and then we loaded her back into the trailer and continued our drive. After we said goodbye to Ricky, we went back to the hotel, and then my dad left in the morning to take the horse trailer back to Milo. Charlie got this bone on the bus that this lady gave us. It was so sweet. And then we made it through security and onto the plane. Charlie was actually being so chill. I was expecting her to be nervous, especially during takeoff, but this was her during takeoff. She did not care. I was getting ready to like pet her and everything, but she literally she's done this before. She's such a pro. She used to live in Hawaii. That's where she was born. So she got shipped over to the mainland before. So she was being so chill about it and really just didn't care. And then I went inside, I kind of got settled in, and then went out to say hi to my friends' horses. Theirs are the ones that Ricky is going to be staying with. It's mom and baby. The mom's name is Cookie, and baby is Lehua. They look really similar, so it'll take some time to be able to tell them apart. And then I just went over real quick and said hi to the neighbors' horses. Again, it's mom and baby, and they're just so sweet. And this is about the time that the flight guy who was with Ricky, he sent a couple videos of her on the flight. This was right before they took off. It's just a giant cargo plane. He said she was such a good flyer. Here's her tiny little stall. It's good that it's small because it's easier for them to balance in there. But I just thought I'd show this to you guys because it's not every day that you get to see the inside of a horse plane. There was about like 8 other horses on here and then just a bunch of other cargo. I think there were some roosters, as you might be able to hear. There's some roosters crowing in the background. But she had a safe flight and yeah, she did really good. But she had a really good flight. This is her in her little layover spot on a different island of Hawaii. She had some hay and she was here for about 20 hours, but it's a nice spacious little stall with other horses around. Here's us on day 4. My friend got me this kind of questionable gift. I ate it anyway. I didn't eat the actual bug, but we went to the beach, had some chips, fed some to the wild chickens that were on the beach. They were so funny, but the beach was so nice. I missed Hawaii. We came back last year, and this is just my favorite beach. It was just really nice. Then we headed home, and the sunset on the drive home. Oh my gosh, it was so pretty. Absolutely love Hawaii sunsets. Like, do you see how pretty that is with the ocean in the back? It was just gorgeous. And here is Ricky about the same time. She is getting loaded into this little shipping container thing, then for a 12-hour boat ride. She has 3 bins of water, 1 thing of hay, and yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow to pick her up. Once we got back with her, we introduced them through the fence first, and they did okay. They were like, of course, it's new. Of course, they were going to make all those mare squeaks and stuff. They're all 3 mares. She drank some water, which I was really happy about. And then she kind of pranced around for a little. They did a little galloping together. She was honestly more interested in the horses across on the other side. But I think it was just really nice for her to gallop around a little, stretch out her legs. She's been standing in different variations of stalls for the past 4 days. So it was really good for her to run around. All of the horses around were getting so excited, and it was It was just really sweet. But I hope you really enjoyed this vlog, and if you made it all the way through, make sure to comment a horse emoji down in the comments. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. Bye!